Lately, there's been a lot of controversy over what you put on your skin in the summer. Now, some people are big advocates of sunscreen. They think that it's actually going to benefit you in some way, that you're actually going to stop the sun from hitting your skin by putting sunblock on. I will only give you this. Yes, it does stop the sun from hitting your skin. The only problem is, the very problem that you're trying to prevent, skin cancer, is actually what the ingredients in sunscreen cause. So you're trying to put something on your skin that stops skin cancer, but you're also putting something on your skin that causes skin cancer. Does that sound about right to you? Because it doesn't to me. You see, people rail against stuff like putting coconut oil on your skin because they say it's an oil and it'll burn in the sun. But did you guys know that coconut oil has an SPF factor of 15 and it protects you from the sun better than any sunscreen would, because it has not only an SPF factor of 15, which is not all that much, but it also has a healing effect at the same time. So we have to be careful who you're listening to, because you have to know all the facts about something before you actually pass judgment on it. Who am I? I am nobody but a medical researcher. I am a Six Sigma trained root cause analysis specialist, and I also teach anatomy and physiology at a college. How about a very short documentary? In case you didn't know, you were put on this planet to flourish as a human being because you have the ability to live in this environment which the sun inhabits. The sun, everybody, hits the human's skin and creates something called vitamin D. The sun hits a plant's leaf and undergoes a process called photosynthesis. For us, that is vitamin D synthesis. When we actually breathe out, we breathe out carbon dioxide, which is a waste to us, but a nutrient to the plant. The plant, its waste product, it's oxygen. A waste product to the plant, but a nutrient to us. You guys get it now? The circle of life. That's the way this is supposed to work. However, you will now see that the sun is actually creating biological processes to help keep you alive, yet you believe it's okay to be afraid to go outside. Oh my God, what are you guys doing going outside without layers of clothing, without sunscreen? My God, just stay in the house. What the is wrong with you? I'll tell you what's wrong with you. You're not going outside enough. You see, the sun is meant to help us, not hurt us. It's better to wear either nothing at all or coconut oil. Why? Because those are things that are designed to help you absorb UV light, which is useful and helpful to a human being. You are not supposed to lay in the house under air conditioning with artificial light all the time, because it's not considered healthy by any standard of a healthy human being. Notice I said healthy, not according to the CDC, the WHO, or any other organization that deems themselves a health authority. You do that by seeing how you feel after you do a certain thing. It's called trial and error. Let's look at some of the ingredients in your sunscreen. Oxybenzone. This is an enhancer that helps sunscreen to sink into your skin. Now, it helps the other chemicals that are in the same bottle to actually go deeper into your skin. The only problem is when UV light, the sun, hits this chemical, guess what it does? It turns it into a free radical. It has been cited by the CDC to cause your glandular production to shut down, meaning it messes with your hormones, something a human being is based on. And don't ever ask, where am I getting this headache? Why do I have eczema? Because, everybody, it's especially hard on your liver. It takes a very long time to go out, meaning you now have a forever chemical in your system. Don't ever ask, why do I have cysts on my ovaries? Why do I have fibroids? Why do I have migraine headaches? Why do I have eczema? Why do I have diabetes? Because you guys know all about diabetes mellitus, but you have no idea about diabetes insipidus, which actually is stopping your pancreas from secreting insulin and glucagon, the two things that regulate your blood sugar. So is it really diabetes being caused by what you're eating at the buffet or eating too much saturated fat? Not really. It's a part of it, and it's a small part. But guess what is the major part of it? You disrupting your insulin and glucagon output so that you can regulate your blood sugar by destroying the very glands that secrete them. Have you ever heard of octinoxate? This is another thing that helps other ingredients in a sunscreen bottle to sink into your skin. The only problem is, it too is an endocrine disruptor that is actually proven to disrupt the endocrine system, meaning the hormone secretion of not only humans, but animals when it's found in water. Everybody washes their hands, everybody takes showers, and everybody uses the toilet. Because these things come out in your urine, because you wash them off your body, they actually end up in a water source. And guess what? The animals now suffer for you trying to protect yourself with a poison. Now, on top of that, everybody, it's supposed to be something in sunscreen that prevents aging, because the sun supposedly ages you. It doesn't, but they say that. Headache medications makes your headaches worse over time. Depression medication makes your depression worse over time. Heart medications called statins make your heart condition worse over time. It follows that if you put sunscreen on for anti-aging, it actually ends up doing the opposite and accelerating the aging process. Let us continue. We are now going to talk about retinol palmitate. If you guys don't know what this is, it's a combination of retinol, which is vitamin A, and palmitic acid. Now, palmitic acid is something that's found in palm or coconuts, but palmitic acid by itself doesn't do anything. Retinol by itself doesn't do anything. But if you put them together, they form a compound that you would find in sunscreen, all right? Because it makes it lather on smoothly. There's one problem though. When the UV light, the sun, hits your skin, it turns it into a free radical. And free radicals in FDA studies have been proven to destroy cell tissue and turn the cells into what we call abnormal cells. Abnormal cells, everybody, that's a fancy name for cancer cells. So you're inducing the cancer with several ingredients, like we've mentioned so far, that you're trying to prevent the same thing that these ingredients are actually causing, and you think that's common sense. And what steams me the most is you're going to put it on kids. You're going to put it on children. It's not good. Do your research, which is what I'm trying to do for you right now. Another one of these ingredients is a skin absorber, again, called Homosalate. Homosalate actually helps other chemicals to get deeper into your skin, and there's a problem, because the deeper something gets into your skin, like all of these things are designed to do, so instead of getting a type of skin cancer that may be more topical, like a squamous cell carcinoma, now all of a sudden you end up with something called a basal cell carcinoma. The basal cell carcinoma is deeper in the skin, the last layer of your epidermis, which is now next to blood vessels, which now means it can travel in your body and create other satellite cells. You have now cancer cells traveling to other parts of your body where they can then establish other clusters, and therefore your cancer has now spread, if not metastasized. Here's another one. It's called Octocrylene. Now, this is something that actually goes into your skin. It is then hit by UV light, which is designed to take UV light, and guess what? It turns into an oxygen free radical, meaning that it is even more dangerous and can cause DNA mutations throughout your body. Now, that's another fancy word, everybody. When I say mutation, it also means a cancer cell, meaning the cell is going to mutate from a normal cell to a cancerous cell, because now you have changed the DNA, thus you've changed the structure inside the nucleus. Therefore, it will read a different blueprint, and now all of a sudden you have a different cell, aka a cancer cell. Now, this doesn't just happen in us, it happens in animals too, and for some reason these things are all much harder to get out of our bodies than they are to put in. So you just slather it on yourself and you say, okay, when I go take a shower, this is going to be gone. I'm afraid not. Everybody, that's going to take another 3 to 4 days, another 3 to 4 days. It's going to take another 3 to 4 days. And that's assuming that you have good lymphatic circulation. If you don't, that's going to take a lot longer. And that means that you now have more than, 4 or 5 forever chemicals floating around in your body, and you're wondering why you have metabolic problems like diabetes or cancer. And last but not least, we have something called parabens. Now, if you've ever read any labels that actually have an ingredient that starts with butyl, ethyl, methyl, or propyl, that means that you are actually engaging in something that actually causes allergies, hormone disruption, and, get this everyone, developmental and reproductive harm. And that's not even the worst of it. It actually causes breast cancer. So you have these ingredients that I have just listed for you that all cause major human disruptions, all right? And I have to keep track of these because I tell people about what the dangers are all the time. I used to put these things in my body, and I know other people are putting them in their bodies. And I want you to know the real educational detriment that you're putting yourself into, so you can actually see what is going wrong in the world where you think you're getting rid of cancer when you're actually inducing it. And that's how backwards the education is as far as this is concerned. I'm Alvin J, the most passionate non-doctor on the internet. And if you guys want to know more information like this, go to my YouTube channel at humanhealthlink.com or just look up my name.